Let's roll. As we step up and in on this Thursday night throwdown, I'm not sure what's going on. It seems like we have a little bit of difficulty with the chat, as in nobody's in the chat. But I know we're broadcasting, so I assume the chat will fill up in a couple of moments, or there's some sort of technical difficulty that I'm unaware of. You know, it's a new world we're in right now, people, with this Patreon stuff. We've been on somewhat a little bit of a roll as of late, as in we were able to do one fucking show. we were able to do one show without any problems. Yet I'm seeing some claiming that an error has occurred. That's all we fucking need. Never fucking ends, does it? An error has occurred to many. Hey, what's going on, Jazz? It's like the episode of The Simpsons when Burns tells people whoever gets to the cabin first wins. Jazz wins. You know what, Jazz? You could just call yourself the more intelligent rageaholic. You're a higher life form than others. You're a higher life form than others. It's like the Robin Black show. You got a one-on-one form, Jazz. You got issues. Hit refresh. We are live. So I find it hard to believe that somehow Jazz got through and nobody else did. I was just about to hit stop and restart as well, Jazz. And I don't like doing that. It kills the rhythm and the flow. Although we don't have a whole hell of a lot of flow right now. We've got 5 viewers and 1 person in the chat with Jazz. Like, really, people? Do we have to go through this every fucking week? There seems to be some confusion as I'm looking at the Patreon page and I see Bretsky can't get in, Bond and Rob Danner are all saying that there's an error. So I don't know what to do here. I mean, Jazz is here, so we're on. It's not like we're not on, people. Like, you're killing my fucking show, guys. Like, you're killing my show. I'm supposed to come out, in a little bit of an intro, like... where's Bruce Chad complaining that he can't get in? Where's Andy wondering if we're live right now? So what's going on, Jazz? We're going to be getting the horse next week, 1,100%. It's just been difficult. There's been a lot of little logistical things that we've had to put together for this. Now, even on Twitter, I stated, if anyone has any problems, let me know. Oh, here's Bruce Chad. Says, error has occurred. Jazz is in. Like, how is this possible that only you got in, Jazz? These guys are really fucking bozos, aren't they? Like, really, am I supposed to restart the show now for everybody? Because it's pretty clear, Jazz, like, these guys can't figure something out. I don't know what the fuck. We're 14 minutes in here, and we've lost 2 viewers. We've lost 2 viewers. There's Brendan. All right, yeah, we're not restarting shit. We're not restarting shit. Here's Brendan. What's up, Brendan? No, they're not slow. They're bozos. Fuck. Really, I don't want to insult our paying crowd here, but I know these guys, they can't get in. You guys are in. Yeah, it's exclusive. 3 people. Yeah, we can't fuck these other fucking idiots over. Fuck. Do I really have to stop and restart, and then, you guys will get the repost from Patreon and all that type of shit? I really don't want to do this. I wish they would just figure it out and hit fucking refresh. I don't know what's going on. I'm looking at the Patreon chat page, and there's all these people. Bretsky can't get in. Bond can't get in. Rob Danner can't get in. Darren Hutton can't get in. Evo Master. All right. People are getting in without an issue here. Bruce Chad's squawking on Twitter right now that he can't get in. Rob Danner says he can't get in. Like, I don't want to spend all fucking night typing to people to hit refresh or relog in. Relog. Relog. We are live. People are in chat. The Sports Academy. All right, I'm taking names right now. Hold on, let me get a fucking pen here. All right, Jazz. Brendan. Sports Academy. Sports Actuary, Evo Master. What about Lisa? Lisa says Jazz has magic. That's how he's in. Now, there's a common pattern here. Bruce Chad's on the list every night. Bruce Chad's on the, oh, fuck, how do I get in list? Except, people are paying, so I want them to be able to get in, but you guys are getting in, so you're my witnesses. Like, I don't understand how some of you are getting in and some of you aren't. And if some of you aren't, then maybe it's not fucking on us, it's on you. Not everything's our fault. I know it appears that way, but not everything is our fault. Fucking anticlimactic way to start the show, gentlemen. I was all ready to come out swinging here. ready to come out swinging and start breaking down the topics. I come out here, there's fucking jazz, and now we're starting to fill up a little bit. We're stuck at 6 though, guys. Come on. We have 40 paying customers, and we have 6 people here right now. So already we're no, they really are, because we just want to get on. We just started to start a show. We can't be sitting here. We're like doormen. Oh, can you get in? Or you got a ticket? It's like, come on. I got people. What time are we on at? We know Tuesdays, Thursdays at 9 o'clock. That's the thing. Can you imagine if I was charging like $9.99 a month and I had like fucking 1 million bozos? No update on Twitter. Here's Sooner Lisa. Can you get in, Lisa? Baffling. I will be honest with you. On my Patreon thing, these guys are fucking idiots. They're all bitching right now still. Holy fuck, man. Like, there's 1 million people on Patreon. I can't get in. Like, holy shit, guys. I gotta fucking stop this now. I have no choice. Like, we can't fucking leave these fucking idiots left out fucking side because they're too dumb to fucking figure out how to get in. Yeah, way to go. Way to go, guys. Way to go. Evermaster's on an app, Android phone. Is everyone on a phone that's in here? Holy fuck, this is frustrating. All right. Take 2 for these fucking people that can't get in. It seems to be a pattern that you're all on phones. That's bizarre. All right, we'll restart. Fuck, we don't have a choice. Now Lisa's saying she can't get in. Holy fuck, man. I apologize to the smarter people amongst us. We will have to we'll have to reboot for people. We'll have to reboot for people. Fucking frustrating. Very frustrating. For fuck's sakes, man. All right, we'll be back. We'll be back at 9:30 Eastern. Give us 5 minutes, and hopefully these idiots can figure it out. little bit frustrated right now. Little bit, we could say we're a little frustrated at this point in time. Sports Rage 2.0 as it's a fucking train wreck, and not of my own accord, actually. Not of my own accord, but I see the chat is starting to fill up right now. Apathetic bystanders, Sooner Lisa, Big Will, Pappin, Danner finally got in, Bretsky got in. Except, where's our boy Bruce Chad? Where's our boy Bruce Chad? Here's Bretsky. Yeah, there seems. Listen, I'm not stating that people aren't having problems, but as we see, we've been on. We started at 9 o'clock, and it was just me and Jazz out of the gate, and then a few people showed up. But people have been getting in. But I do see that I'm seeing that. Oh, I can't get in. I can't get in. Bruce, where's Bruce Chad? He can't get in, evidently. Anybody that was on a phone got in, no problem, which is very strange. So people that are watching on phones, no problems. And evidently, I don't know, there seems to be an issue. Now, even my Patreon page says there's an error. Can somebody post the link? What's the link? Bruce Chad's in the Patreon page right now asking, what's the link? What's the link? It's pretty much like every show we have to somehow help Bruce Chad to get in. So what's the post the link right here, or just post it in the Patreon page. Post it here, I'll copy it and I'll give it to him. Actually, you know what? I can fucking give it to him. What happens when you click this link? All right, there you go. I just gave him the link. Oh, you're killing us, Bruce Chad. You're lucky I like you, buddy. Are you on a phone as well, Bretsky, or are you on a computer? I just posted the fucking link on the Patreon page. I just posted the link on the Patreon page. I just clicked the link that I posted on the Patreon page, and it came up. Basically, when Bruce gets in here, everybody let him have it. When he gets in here, we're still missing a lot of people. I don't know. I feel bad. People pay for this shit. Oh, Bruce. Oh. You know, Bruce, you've ruined the first 39 fucking minutes of this show. No joke. Your constant tweets, this is a disaster. You complain about the customer service the most here. Like night one, this is a disaster on Patreon, what the fuck? Yeah, you have the most problems getting in. We've been on for 40 minutes. Like, what kind of weed are you smoking, Bruce? Like, what kind of strain are you getting? I've been smoking some stuff called Comatose recently. Pretty strong. Yeah, I need whatever strain you're smoking. And we know you're freaking out, Bruce. We know you're freaking out so we can see your tweets. And I'm like, all right, we feel bad for Bruce. So we're like, all right, we'll let Bruce get in here. Where's Bruce Chad? All right. I don't know. You know what it could be? It sounds like we could. Sounds like we could be in one of those. No, it happens for you every show. It doesn't happen for everybody every show. Somehow it happens for you every show. Yet I'm going to cut you some slack tonight, and there's some things we can't control, all right? You know, there's only so much I can fucking do. You know what I mean? I'm fucking on, I'm broadcasting, it's streaming, and people are here. If some people can't get in, you know, what the fuck am I supposed to do? So we restarted the show for you assholes, fuck. I'm all fucking thrown off. I wanted to do a nice show. I had all this rage ready to go. I've been sitting here for 41 fucking minutes now. But I will admit there does seem to be something weird where it's working on cell phones, it's working on people's phones, but not a computer. I don't know. What can I do about that? Yet I see more people are filing in right now. What we're going to start to do, okay, in the future, we're going to move on to the show in a minute, but what we're going to start to do in the future is we'll open up the fucking page like a half hour fucking early, all right? So people can fucking figure it out. Because that's one thing, it's true. I open up the show at like 8:58. I opened up the show at 8, and I knew it too. I opened up at 8:58, and I realized, I'm like, oh, fuck. It's going to take people like 10 minutes to figure it out. I was like, I should have opened at 8:45. Yeah, this show is terrorizing me. Saturday, we had internet problems. I got 2 fucking computers here. Fucking people get in. Some people can't get in. No, I didn't screw up, Bruce Chad. Jazz. Set Bruce Chad straight. You're just not as slick and as smart as Jazz is, Bruce. I don't know what to tell you. Jazz was in here at 9:01. Jazz was here at 9:01. Therefore, Jazz has been proclaimed the smartest rageaholic. Jazz is officially the smartest rageaholic. On a night that we've had a lot of fucktards, there was Jazz, 9 o'clock. Evil Master rolled in at about 9:02. So you can run with this, Jazz. I've endorsed it. I've endorsed this, Jazz. I now give you the right to talk shit to people as you are the smartest rageaholic. We can talk about this. We'll joke about it years from now. We'll say that night when all these idiots couldn't figure it out, Jazz was in at 9:01. Jazz was in at 9:01. And basically, the first 44 minutes of this show has been trying to get you assholes in here. No, it's true. Jazz is the smartest one now. It's pretty clear. You know, remember we have a lot of Simpsons viewers here. Remember the episode of The Simpsons when Mr. Burns brings up everybody into the fucking woods in the wintertime and he tells them, you guys got to find the cabin. And he goes, the first people that find the cabin, you get the sandwiches and the and the champagne. He goes, the last people get fired. It's Hey, here's Jesse. What's up, Jesse? Can he look? These motherfucking Houston Rockets, man. I took the Spurs on the money line, even without Kawhi Leonard. Oh, here's Dave. All right, people are starting to file in now. We're off and running, gentlemen. You know who was a subscriber? Our boy Tom Albert. Where you at, Tom? You just watching the show? I hope you can figure this out. Saturday is the big show. We're going to adjust the price next month. It'll be a little bit cheaper. I had somebody today telling me make it $14.99. You'll get a lot of subscribers. And then I said, yeah, but I don't know. I said, I don't think they want the $14.99. I don't think I'll get more subscribers. The other show on Tuesday, we established you guys prefer the VIP status. You don't want the riffraff coming in here. You don't want the riffraff coming in. I found the best gif, like, to tweet the show today. It was Wayne's World with the backstage pass. That's what this is. You got the backstage pass to Sports Rage. Unfortunately, we didn't know that we were going to be charging people $30 a month so we could all wait on fucking Bruce Chad. Because you know Bruce Chad's going to panic, fuck. Bruce Chad's going to be writing bad reviews on Yelp and shit, fuck. Paid for Sports Rage, said lost, fuck, couldn't get in. It's a disaster. All right, so at least, gentlemen, now we know in the future. Okay? At least we all know now in the future. I know now, too. If there's a problem, I will immediately post the link on the Patreon page. Comments, you know what I mean? I'm getting ripped off. Yeah, I'm a Patreon. I'm not getting the shows. No, I'm going to be honest with you, Bruce Chad. On my Patreon video page, too, I see the same fucking thing. It says an error occurred. Please try again later. I don't know why it says that. But we posted the link, so now we know. Now I know, now you know, now we all know. Now we all know. If this ever happens and there's an issue and we're on, boom, now we know. I'll just fucking post the link in the comment page. Now I know what to do. Now you guys know what to do. Now I know what to do. We all learned a valuable lesson. But it only took us 48 fucking minutes of Sports Rage premium time tonight. Jazz says, no, that's 69 cents, Jazz. Yeah, that's it, Dave. It's all part of working out the kinks, except there really wasn't a kink, you know? There was and there wasn't. There was and there wasn't a kink. Like, we've been on since 9 o'clock. I just want to reiterate that. Ask Evo Masker, ask fucking Jazz. We lived up to our end of the bargain here. We've been here. But you guys have to understand something. Forget about the Tim Ander curse. I'm fucking cursed. Let's be real. Let's just go back in time here a little bit. And we're not going to go too far back in time because we'll be here all night. But let's just talk about like the last week or so. So last week, Sports Rage Patreon rolling along. When we do the first show, boom. We do the first show Saturday night. Richard Garner, big hit. Somehow Sunday night, shit won't work for us. We have to do the free stuff. We did the show, but we had to do it on Ustream. Tuesday and Thursday last week, we got on a little bit of a roll. Boom, Patreon. We delivered. Bam, bam. No problems. So what happens last Saturday, of course, Saturday afternoon, my computer, melts down. Ruined my entire Saturday afternoon, 4 hours. And we did it on Ustream. Ruined. Game Time Decisions. Yesterday, I'm doing a TV show. Middle of the TV show, there's a fucking power surge. It's a fucking power surge. I've been doing this shit 16 years. Never had a power surge in the middle of a show like that. On live TV, I turned blue. The screen turned blue. Mark Lawrence looked like a guy in The Walking Dead. And the show was ruined. Then last night, I go to a weed dispensary. I'm in line for fucking ever, man. The slowest, and I guess you shouldn't be surprised. Yeah, the weed place isn't fast, fuck. These guys are so fucking slow. They're so fucking slow. And one of these deals where I was right about to get it, and one of the guys doesn't like me there for some reason. So he fucking leaves me hanging, and I gotta wait like an extra 5 minutes. And then I'm standing there, and then finally when it's my turn, I get there. I get the weed, and they're like, oh, sorry, our Wi-Fi just went out. We can't complete this purchase until the Wi-Fi comes back. So I'm like, so you're telling me I got to stand here until your Wi-Fi comes back? I'm like, I just had a TV show ruined by a power surge. I can't even buy weed without Wi-Fi. Fucking Wi-Fi. You can't even buy weed without Wi-Fi in this world. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? So I got to stand here. I'm fucking sweating. It's hot out. I'm fucking overdressed. Fucking can't fucking get the fucking weed because of fucking Wi-Fi. So yeah, Game Time Decision blows up. So that because of that, I had to do Game Time Decisions today at 10 in the fucking morning. I don't like doing shit at 10 in the morning. I'm up at 10 in the morning. I don't want to be doing TV shows at 10 in the morning. I go in there at 10 in the morning. They're like, oh yeah, the studio's fixed. We could have just done it at normal time. I'm like, yeah, thanks for fucking telling me this now. I haven't fucking slept, man. I'm starting to get really pissed off. Like it's not a show rant either. Like I am legitimately an angry person the last few days. You know, like the episode of The Simpsons, fucking when Homer builds the barbecue pit. Why must everything be so difficult? Ugh. Yeah, but it's constant. Technology hates me. Okay, so look. You guys have no idea the trouble I've gone through for this Patreon show. I can show you because I have two computers, and now they're bitching at me. Oh, why are you taking two computers now all the time? All right, look. Some crazy shit here, man. We've had this problem. The computer's fine. It's just, of course, the one program that I need to do the show on Patreon. Where is it? Finder. OBS. Oh, he deleted it. Oh, now Degenerate Dean's fucking tweeting me. I can't get in. Holy fuck, man. I got some real rocket scientists here. Fuck. Yeah, you're right. Bringing Hainzer over didn't fucking help the cause. Now we got Degenerate fucking Dean on Twitter. All right, can't get in. Can't get in. We're gonna appease people this evening with this, but there's gonna get to a point in time where people are gonna have to figure it the fuck out. Oh, there's Dean. Yeah, I fucking put there. No, you're on the list, Dean. You're on the list. Reckless says it needs to get easier mobile phone wise. Nobody had issues on the phone. Everybody's been in on their phone. No, what a shock. Dean and Bruce. Reckless says he can't get in on his phone. The only people that got in were on their fucking phone. Oh, yeah, you're on the list, Dean. You made the Bruce Chad list. You made the Bruce Chad list. This whole fucking show. There's the list. Bruce Chad, Dean, Reckless. Reckless is bitching about a phone. Everyone got in on the phone. That was the problem. That was the problem. The only people that got in. The only people that got in were on phones. No, Babano's not on Babano's on the smart list. Like Babano, hey, look, Big Will, never a problem. Never a problem. So we got our pen, our paper, everything's ready and handy. Anyone else we need to help out? No. We've settled everybody's beef on Twitter. Anyone that sent me a tweet is now in. So once again, if anybody ever has an issue getting in, just look at the Patreon comment page and the link is there. But let's be real, we're only about 5 shows in on Patreon, so everyone's still learning the kinks of this shit. And it's hard for me. I'm not really on the Patreon website. I'm broadcasting, but I'm not really there, so. But I do see the error occurred thing on the video link there. It's bizarre. As I stated, technology hates me. Technology hates me. It always has. Yeah, it's like winning and losing, Babano. It comes and goes. Yeah, I jumped on the San Antonio Spurs tonight on the money line. And I said it. I said this yesterday. Me and Paul Bovey said it. And then, of course, the TV station blew up while we were on the air. Me and Paul Bovey said it, and I repeated it today. I gave the pick today as my plays of the day. The San Antonio Spurs on the money line. The Houston Rockets are a gutless team. They're a gutless bunch. You know, they are. This is what they fucking do. And they had their opportunity to win the other night. They had the opportunity to win the other night. Kawhi Leonard was on the bench. They were up late. They were even up by 3 late, and they couldn't finish it off. The turnovers, and you could tell by their body language earlier. I wish I put more on the Spurs money line, but as soon as the game started, I knew. I was like, oh yeah, you could tell by the Rockets that they were defeated already. Even without Kawhi Leonard, the Spurs are just so much mentally stronger and superior to the Houston Rockets. I mean, look at D'Antoni, he's clueless. He had the same look in the first quarter as he does right now. Harden has been beaten down. Listless effort. 96-72 right now. The only thing that's really pissing me off is I don't think we're going to get the over. I did grab the Spurs, though. I got the Spurs on the money line at plus 330. It's even better, man, because it's fucking plus 230 today. But that was with Kawhi Leonard. I can't believe that they were going to give us all those points with Kawhi Leonard. And then after, when Kawhi Leonard was out, I was like, even better. I don't care. Now we're getting 9 points, fuck. Give me the 9 points and the money line. Look at, they're killing them. It's 101-72. Like I said, the problem is the score is so bad right now that we're going to have a hard time getting the total. The Rockets can't even go, holy shit, it's a rout. The Rockets are just really quitting. What a bunch of gutless punks. D'Antoni's an idiot, fuck. He should have fucking Decker on the floor. Decker was hitting shots earlier. But yeah, you look at San Antonio, and this has been a really, really, they've shown a lot of guts here in this series. Digging down deep, getting it done against the Rockets without their best player, winning in overtime the other night, Ginobili's epic night, Ginobili's epic block. And now tonight, Aldridge fucking steps up, Jonathan Simmons. They're heading for the exits in H-Town already. 6 minutes left in the game. Holy fuck. The Rockets are pathetic. They're just turning it over every possession now. Have a little pride, guys. It's just dunk city. Like, San Antonio have 104 points with 6 minutes left. Like, somebody on Houston, man, make a shot. Like, does anyone care? Ariza and Harden are both walking around like this with their shoulders down and stuff. It's like, guys, you're getting paid a lot of money. Fuck, play out the fucking season, all right? You had a decent season. You're losing to a good team in the Spurs. It is what it is. Play it out. There's such kind of fucking punks in the NBA. They just all quit, fuck. They just all quit. Yeah, I don't think we're going to be able to get the total now, though. You know what the in-game number is right now? San Antonio Spurs minus 28.5. See, I took the 9.5. I took the 330 on the money line. I unfortunately took the over. But then, in the middle of the game there, the San Antonio Spurs, I swear to God, the Spurs were up by 22 points. No, what was the score? It was 52-31, so 21 points. And they were only minus 5.5. It was like, fuck, I'll lay the 5.5 too. You know, I'm on the money line and stuff, but I'll lay the 5.5. We're not going to get there for the total, though. What do we got? We're at 176 points. Nah, we're not going to get to 210. And you know why we're not going to get to 210? Because the Houston Rockets are a bunch of punks, fuck. That's why we're not going to get to the 210. That's why we're not going to get to the 210. Because the Houston Rockets have fucking 8 points in the fourth quarter. Thanks for your effort, guys. But it's the end of the line. It's going to be the end of the line for the San Antonio Spurs. Even with Kawhi Leonard, this Spurs team does not match up well with the Warriors. The Warriors aren't the Houston Rockets. And this has been a nice run. I've enjoyed watching the San Antonio Spurs dig down deep here, but this is it's going to be the end of the line. The Spurs won't be able to beat the Warriors in a 7-game series. They might win once, maybe twice. I don't see them winning 3 times, and I certainly don't see them winning 4 times out of 7. They just don't have the firepower. The Houston Rockets, the Rockets are playing like the Rockets tonight. The Rockets are pretty much, this is what the Rockets are. They're a bunch of chokers. So, the Spurs, it's a good matchup for them. Mentally, they're a much stronger team. So they're going to be able to outlast them even with their physical limitations. But the lack of a point guard is going to come into play against the Golden State Warriors. Kawhi Leonard's not 100%. As I stated, I don't give San Antonio any chance. Even though you're like, oh, look, they look good right now. You know what I mean? But nah, they look good because they're playing the Houston Rockets right now. I don't think the San Antonio Spurs have a hope in hell in the series. I don't think they win a game, to be honest. Look, San Antonio's a good home team, so we don't want to say, they can't win a game. Yeah, I don't want to say, oh, they can't win a game, but because they're good at home. But let's be real. Golden State, they're playing elite basketball. If Golden State doesn't take the pedal off the metal and doesn't fuck up, it's hard to beat them. So I just, maybe they can beat them once, maybe twice, but the real argument really is right now almost because the NBA playoffs have been anticlimactic. I get it. Hey, listen, the Washington Wizards series have been good. Like if you want to watch one team in the playoffs this year, it's been the Wizards. The Wizards and the Hawks was an entertaining series. The Wizards and the Celtics has been the most entertaining series. The Wizards and the Celtics have been the best series in the playoffs. The Houston Rockets have been stuck on 72 for about 4 minutes. They can't score. Air balls, it's pathetic. If you're D'Antoni, clear the bench, man. Put the white guys in, fuck. At the end of the bench. Yeah, we're not getting this total. But yeah, they don't have a hope in hell. And the real deal is right now, I think the real question mark really becomes, will the Golden State Warriors, or the Cavaliers lose a game in the playoffs? A lot of people believe that the Washington Wizards can match up with the Cleveland Cavaliers. I'm not one of them. I think they can cover some numbers and stuff, but they're not going to beat them. And they'll probably get swept by them. The only thing is, the Wizards can score. We know that. The Wizards can, the Raptors can't score. So, the Raptors can score, but their offense wasn't the same offense as we knew. Without Lowry and everything fell apart. The Washington Wizards can put up 114 points a night type shit. But The Wizards aren't very good on defense either, and they don't have the mental strength, and they don't have the talent that the Cavaliers have, so they wouldn't beat them. Maybe they would beat them one game. Maybe they'd beat the Cavs once. Let's be real. So even though it's kind of anticlimactic, and it's not even going to be Washington, it's going to be Boston. Boston's going to win that series. So even though it's been anticlimactic, the NBA playoffs, it's sort of a trade-off because the actual NBA finals themselves are going to be off the fucking hook. It's it's basically the trade-off. It's basically the trade-off because it's going to be the first time in NBA history that the same two teams play each other 3 straight times in the NBA Finals. So we are getting, we are seeing history here. We are seeing history. And it's a rubber match. It's an epic series. As good as the Cleveland Cavaliers have looked, I think the Golden State Warriors are a better team, but the odds are fucking nuts. The odds are fucking nuts, man. I talked about this on Game Time Decisions earlier in the week. The Golden State Warriors are now minus 260. The Warriors are now minus 260 to win the NBA title. And you can get the Cleveland Cavaliers at plus 290. Normally the odds don't correlate like that, but it's the Warriors versus the field. You can get the Cleveland Cavaliers to win the NBA title at plus 290 right now. Now, the Golden State Warriors are better, but it's not a lot of respect for a LeBron James team at plus 290. Man, this is unbelievable. The Houston Rockets can't score. Like, they've been stuck on 72. 8 points. Remember we said they have 8 points? They still have 8 points. Wow, what an embarrassment. It's one thing for you guys to lose. It's the fact that that you've scored 8 points here. You all have your hands on your hips. It's like you don't give a shit. Harden standing around. Harden doesn't care. Like, really, this is like the most gutless, humiliating, pathetic performance I've seen. Almost as pathetic as the NFL denying Josh Gordon's petition for reinstatement. What the fuck's wrong with you, Roger Goodell? Josh Gordon's, the NFL has denied Josh Gordon's reinstatement petition. He can reapply in the fall. Gordon applied for reinstatement from his indefinite suspension in March. He expected to hear back from the league in April or May. Yeah, he hears back and they say no. Gordon's 26, hasn't played in the NFL since 2014. He was suspended for the 2015 season for repeated violations of the substance abuse policy after already being suspended for 2 games in 2013 and 10 games in 2014. He reapplied for reinstatement in March 2016 and had his petition denied. After applying again, he was reinstated in July but suspended for the first 4 games of the season. Shortly before he was set to return, he checked himself in a rehab. So he didn't even fail anything right now. It's fucking pathetic. It's a sad fucking world we're living in right now, man. It's a sad world we're living in right now when this kid can't fucking play in the National Football League because he smokes weed. That's the transgression. Yeah, he had a drinking problem too. He checked himself into rehab. So, like, how many times are you going to deny him? How many times are you going to deny him re-entry? It's fucking ridiculous. And the NFL Players Association, I started tweeting the NFLPA about this. The NFLPA are the biggest bunch of clowns and fucking fraudsters out there. Like, they do absolutely nothing for anybody. You know, they defended Tom Brady in the Deflategate and shit. You know, they'll step up every now and then for a stupid reason. But by far, they're the, weakest players association / union in sport by far. By far. You know, look at just the reality and the fact that they don't have guaranteed contracts. How do you not have guaranteed contracts? You sign a deal, you should get the fucking money. So, and number one, you don't have guaranteed contracts. The league gives two shits about brain trauma, concussions, future fucking injuries. You know, you have the shortest career. The contracts aren't guaranteed. The revenue sharing, everything is slanted towards the league with the NFL. Yet the NFLPA never battles. Think about it. When's the last time like the NFL players even mentioned a strike? I mean, I remember growing up, there was always strikes, But now, no. You know, because the players, they're too dumb. The players are dumb. The players don't care about anything besides just getting paid at the moment. And the NFLPA repeatedly anoints people who are close with the NFL. Like, a players association shouldn't get along with the NFL. You know what I mean? Like, they should be adversaries battling every inch of the way. But they're not. Like, the NFL, the NFLPA is like a joke to the NFL. You know, they have them in the back pocket. It's like a front. Gene Upshaw was useless and fucked the players over. Sold the players down the river for his big fat contract and was in bed with the NFL owners. And now DeMaurice Smith he's the most useless fucker in sports, this guy. You look at like Donald Fear. Donald Fear puts fear into people. He scares people. You know, look at Donald Fear. Donald Fear's with the NHL guys. Suddenly the NHL guys are making a shitload of fucking money. You know, Donald Fear was with baseball. Baseball players make a shitload of money. They have a strong union. They don't get pushed around by the league. The NBA union. The NBA players love the union. Fuck. The NBA players are the happiest out of any of these leagues. The NBA made it so you got to fail 7 weed tests. Basically, there's no drug testing in the NBA. It's very lenient drug testing in the NBA. The contracts are fucking massive. 3-year deals, free agency. The players run the fucking NBA. Baseball, same shit. The baseball players don't run Major League Baseball, but they get paid a lot, you know what I mean, to conform to the rules. NHL players are overpaid. For the amount of money that comes in and is generated for the NHL, the amount of money that they pay their players, it always baffles me. It's crazy. You got NHL players making as much as some NBA guys are and shit. It's like, dude, Tom Brady makes more now, but Brady made $12 million forever. Danielle Briere used to make $12 million a year. Who the fuck is Danielle Briere? What are you bringing to the world for $12 million a year? Right? So hockey players, I've always been amazed. Like, hockey players have it pretty good. You know, like, there's not that much revenue, yet the NHL players seem to really squeeze it out of the fucking owners. The NFL is fucking raining money. It's gushing funds. It's like a Niagara Falls waterfall of money. And the NFL keeps it all. Like, the NFL players are just fucking stupid. They don't, they don't protect themselves. They don't get the money. They don't care about each other. I remember Kyle Turley telling me, he said, a bigger obstacle in, like, helping former players is not the NFL. Goodell's like, whatever. Just to get out of his way, he'll throw money at it. But is the NFL players themselves are against it. The NFL players themselves are like, we don't want to fucking spend money. We don't want to, we don't want to give money to these guys. Even though they're the guys that end up as those guys in a couple of years. They don't, it's unbelievable. And you look at the NBA. The NBA is the only league, and the first pro sports league to do this, that the NBA Players Union themselves, without even an encouragement, they did it themselves. They said, you know what? We're all making a lot of money. We should fucking make a pool and give it to fucking some of the old dudes that are hurting right now. And because, when we're hurting down the road, we can dip into this pool. And we'll start this players-only pool. And they did it. They did it themselves. And you figure the NBA wouldn't even have to do that. No one's getting bashed in the face in the NBA. If I was an NBA player, I'd be even more selfish about it. I'd be like, man, we'll donate a bit, but it's not my problem if fucking Charles Oakley blew all his money at the casino. NFL is different. The NFL guys are like fucking warriors. They're like soldiers, man. I'm not making a comparison to war, but in a sense, the NFL is more popular than religion in the States. It is. Like, the people can say, and it's funny because I read a story about the NFL doctors, and the NFL doctors violate every federal fucking law, okay? And I guess it was really bad. And the DEA and the FBI fucking called every NFL team over in like a conference. And all the doctors were there. And the DEA told, like, in a room with every NFL doctor, said, listen, fuck, you guys can't be fucking traveling across state lines with all these drugs anymore. You can't be, you guys, we know that you're writing illegal prescriptions. Like, imagine NFL, right? In the fucking room. Remember years ago, Sean Payton got caught stealing pills, fuck. So it's just a cesspool, right? So the DEA was like, it's illegal. You can't be traveling with drugs and you can't be doing this shit. Well, if you want these drugs as a doctor and you're an NFL team, you need to show up and register in the city that you're visiting, and we'll give you the drugs. You can get them, but they're all going to be accounted for. There's no more just traveling around with fucking suitcases of fucking drugs all the time. So the NFL, I guess the DEA, it's fucking funny. This is like the DEA told the story behind the scenes, and the DEA guy's like, he's like, the NFL doctors were mocking the DEA. They started saying, fuck you. They said, what do you mean we're not going to take drugs? They're like, how are we going to play football? And they were like, figure it out, do it legally. And the NFL guy, the NFL doctors were mouthing back to the DEA and the FBI. So one of the doctors said to him, he goes, so let me ask you, he goes, when you guys are on Air Force One, do you travel with drugs across state lines? And they said, yeah. And they said, yeah. The NFL guy said, well, what's the difference with us than Air Force One? And they said, you're not the president. And that's a military plane. And, so they got into an argument about it. And the NFL doctors told them, well, our players are soldiers. They battle. They need the drugs. So I guess that's when the fucking DEA and the FBI guys got all pissed off and said, you guys are saying NFL players are like fucking soldiers in a war? And the NFL doctors were like, yeah, that's what we're saying. And it was so blatant that I guess the Dallas Cowboy guy, the DEA threw the Cowboys under the bus. The Dallas Cowboy guy got up and told the FBI guy and the fucking DEA guy in front of everyone, you guys are fucking full of shit. We're going to do what we want to do. And, oh yeah, by the way, Jerry Jones fucking is buddies with everybody. And he even dropped names. He's like, Jerry Jones is buddies with every fucking U.S. congressman there is. He goes, you guys can't, you don't scare us. And I guess the DA was like, we're going to arrest you guys if you guys keep on smuggling drugs. And they were like, you won't. We know you won't. So the NFL doctors basically just said, fuck you. We're not changing shit, all right? And if you don't like it, go to Congress, fuck. And whatever, Congress ain't going to fuck with the NFL. And it really is true. The NFL is so big. Like, people can talk about religion. More people watch the NFL every Sunday than go to church in America. That's a fact. People can talk about supporting the troops. What would you prefer to do? Support the troops or watch NFL football? Let's be real. America needs NFL football. NFL football is America. Like, they need each other. There's nothing more popular than NFL football. Look at Kyle Turley. Kyle Turley is not an NFL superstar. He was an all-pro a couple of times. He was a very good NFL player, better than average, you know what I mean? But Kyle Turley's not like a household NFL name, but he's known for, of course, chucking the helmet. So he threw the helmet. But Turley's a good football player. Don't get me wrong. I'm just stating my point is Kyle Turley's not a massive superstar. Yet, when Kyle Turley was standing in a bar in San Diego or in LA, who came up to him? Michael Jordan. Not the other way around. Michael Jordan went up to him and said, hey, can I get a picture? And he said, yeah, you're crazy. You're the guy who threw the helmet. Big fan. Like, who's more popular than an NFL quarterback? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's the prestige level of being an NFL star, even though, and it's crazy, like, they put it in perspective, guys. Tom Brady's making $19 million. I think it's 20, 18, in between 20, changes every year, in that ballpark. So Tom Brady's making $20 million a year, let's say. Tom Brady, 5-time Super Bowl champion. Five-time Super Bowl champion now. Has accomplished more than any NFL quarterback in the history of the game. Tom Brady's name, let's be real, Tom Brady's name, probably one of the most recognizable in America when it comes to sports. And more than just sports, like, as far as brand name is concerned. Like, my mother follows sports a bit. My mother knows who Tom Brady is, though. And the average person that doesn't even watch sports sort of knows Tom Brady. His name is that big. And he's married to Giselle. Tristan Thompson makes as much money as Tom Brady does. Fuck, Amir Johnson on the Boston Celtics, former Raptor, makes nearly as much money as Tom Brady does. You see what I'm talking about? You see what I'm talking about when I talk about how NFL players are getting fucked? Like, how is it possible that Tom Brady makes $18 million a year and fucking Tristan Thompson makes $18 million a year. Or that DeMar DeRozan makes $25, $27 million a year. DeMar DeRozan's good athlete. But should DeMar DeRozan be making $28 million a fucking year and Tom Brady $19 million a year? Like NFL players, it's insane to me. It's insane to me that NFL players, like there's so much money in the league and in the pool, yet they haven't like demanded that the salary cap is higher. Even the NBA got away with that fuck. The NBA used to be 10 guys on a team. Then it was 12 guys on a team. Now it's 15. It's fucking, think about that. Think about that, how good their union is. There's 15 guys on an NBA team. The Houston Rockets just played the playoffs with 7 men. Most NBA teams don't go deeper than 8. 9 max type shit. So the NBA Players Union was so good, they're like, yeah, we want 15 roster spots. There's like 5, 6 dudes on every NBA bench. We don't even know their names. They're just there. They're at the end of the bench. White guy, some dude from Africa, Congo, that's never played for 1 year. Like, you know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. Like, look at the NBA guys. They're all making large money, man. And it's not, the NFL generates more money. So it's like, where's the money going? Like, where's the money? Like, if I'm an NFL player, like, you guys are getting fucked, man. You're getting fucked. Like, every fucking day, man, I see the NFL just signed a deal. They got, get this, they got from Amazon. They're at $10 million a game, $80 million. Amazon TV, Amazon.com. Amazon.com is going to air 8 NFL games, Thursday night games. And they paid $80 million or $70 million, $7 million a game. Like, where's the money going? And a crazy thing, the NFL owners, too. Like, the NFL players, I think they get like 48% or something. 50%, 48%. It's right around there of the revenue sharing, so to speak. Yet the NFL owners, like, fucking gouge them for everything else. So, like, the NFL owners is like, yeah, whatever. Yeah, sure. We'll give you a piece of the TV money, and we'll give you a fucking percentage of the tickets and shit. And you'll get a check when we sell your jersey. And then the players are like, fine, we'll take it. And then the owners use that revenue to say, well, look, this is the amount of money we're bringing in, so this is what the cap has to be. Television, merchandise, ticket sales. This is our business parameter. But what the NFL owners don't tell the players is the players aren't getting any money from the parking. The players aren't getting any money from the fucking luxury suite. Now, the parking I can live without if I was a player, because I would be an owner and say, fuck you. You don't get the parking. You don't own the parking lot. But, the NFL owners, they keep all the money in the luxury suites. That's not shared with the players. Now, the thing with this is, you look at every new stadium that's built, they keep on expanding the luxury part of it and lowering the seat part of it. So, like Jerry Jones on average is probably making about $18 million, $24 million bucks every Sunday, for his luxury suites. That's not on the books for the revenue sharing. Yet, he's selling tickets to a Dallas Cowboy game. It's a fucking scam. Wetton Hall in Montreal did the same shit with the renovations with the stadium. It was pretty slick of him. I didn't want to call him out because I liked him, but I knew what he was up to. And he goes, oh, I need fucking, I need money from the government, the Quebec I need you guys to give me money to renovate this stadium. And the Alouettes were trendy and shit. And the government didn't want to get in his way. So He was like, look, I built the Alouettes up. We have a good thing going here, but the stadium's kind of a dump. He goes, I need money to renovate the stadium. So, and it wasn't a shitload of money. You know, they gave him $12 million or $16 million, whatever it was. But you know what he did? He fucked everyone. He didn't renovate the stadium. He built luxury suite boxes. That's what he did with the money. He put a couple of grandstands in, and then basically he built a bunch of luxury suites that he doesn't have to share the money with anybody. It was ingenious. Yeah, so the NFL players are idiots. And, you know, I get mad about this stuff when I bitch about it and I complain about Josh Gordon getting suspended. Listen, Josh Gordon's an idiot. Josh Gordon's an idiot. And he's got to stop getting suspended all the time. But at the same point in time, the NFL needs to back off. Fuck. Give the kid a chance. Whatever. He went into rehab. He hasn't played in the league in 2 years. Fuck. He's out of rehab. Like, let him fucking get a job at least. If he fucks up, kick him out again if you want. But it's getting to be fucking ridiculous with you guys with this pot shit. You have so many people in the NFL that have committed violent acts against women and done crazy shit. And then you got Josh Gordon, who's blackballed because of marijuana. Now, I saw Bretsky complimenting me on the Kaepernick take earlier, and I appreciate that. Now, Colin Kaepernick, interesting stuff. And that Kaepernick, people keep bitching about Kaepernick. Kaepernick's blackballed. Kaepernick's blackballed. And I even said, and you guys know me, I'm a Kaepernick defender. But Kaepernick's not blackballed right now. It's too early to say that Colin Kaepernick is blackballed. Is Ryan Fitzpatrick blackballed? Hey, listen, Ryan Fitzpatrick pisses me off, but Ryan Fitzpatrick is willing to play for $10 million, $6 million, and he's not the distraction that Kaepernick is. EJ Manuel, I'm not saying EJ Manuel is fucking good, but I'm telling you, EJ Manuel took an $850,000 deal with the Raiders to be a backup. RG3's looking for a deal. Jay Cutler couldn't get a deal. Tony Romo couldn't get a deal. Like, Tony Romo got the TV deal because it was a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity being on the number one team, etc. But he also saw the writing on the wall that no one's coming after me. No one's coming after me. Like, the Broncos weren't going to do it, and the Texans seemed to not really care all that much, you know what I mean, about Romo. And there was really no one else. It was like, oh, we want Tony Romo. You know, RG3. RG3's not great, but at the same point in time, you know, RG3 doesn't protest the national anthem, he's not a bad guy, RG3. He's unsigned. I could go on and on. There's a lot of quarterbacks who have won games in the NFL before who aren't distractions, who were unsigned or who moved on because they saw they weren't going to get signed. So we can't say that, oh, Kaepernick's being blackballed right now. Too early, too soon to be saying that. And another thing is, too, with the whole Kaepernick's being blackballed shit, Kaepernick wants $10 million a year. Kaepernick made $11 million a year last year. He's not willing to, like, start from scratch. Like, he's not like, oh yeah, I'll play for $5 million. Like, Kaepernick's agent told people, like, people have asked about Kaepernick. And I read it. I read a thing that they said 2 teams. One team was really interested, like, for real. One team was like, yeah, whatever, we'll sign him. We're not worried about, like, any public relationship. We like him enough to sign him. And they told him, we'll give you $7 million a year. And Kaepernick's agent said, starting point's 10. And they're like, you know, even me, and I like Kaepernick, but I'd be like, dude, you know, you're not ripped anymore. We wonder if you even work out. We wonder if you even care. And, you know, you want $10 million. You protest the fucking anthem. Like, no. Like, I totally see it. I defend Kaepernick, but I also defend the NFL team's rights to say, no. If I was an NFL GM, I wouldn't be in a hurry. And I see people are like, last night, people are like, oh, look, now even fucking Blaine Gabbert signed. Oh, how can Blaine Gabbert sign instead of Kaepernick? Well, first off, Blaine Gabbert just beat Kaepernick out for a starting job last year. And then secondly, Blaine Gabbert accepted $1 million a year. Blaine Gabbert got $1 million a year to go to Arizona. Because Blaine Gabbert saw the writing on the wall. Just like EJ Manuel. Oh, I could be a dick and say, oh, I want to get paid $6 million or $8 million a year, or I won't play. So, you know what? If the Raiders want me for $1 million a year, I'll take it. Fuck. And get Gabbert, same thing. I'll take it. So you got RG3 and Kaepernick and these guys out here. They're like, oh, you know, I want $10 million a year. I'm a starting quarterback. That's another thing. Kaepernick thinks he's a starter. Where are you a starter, dude? Where are you a starter? Like, where are you a starter? Like, that's the whole thing, like, with Kaepernick. Like, blackballed, like, where? Like, dude. And, you know, and the other day, and I like Kaepernick, I got to repeat that, but the other day we see Kaepernick giving suits out to people. That's really nice, but you're not running to be the head of the Salvation Army. If you want to be an NFL quarterback, instead of having videos and pictures of you giving suits to people, have a fucking video of you working out. Like I said this earlier today, if you're Kaepernick, what you got to do, if you're serious, don't bitch about being blackballed, but if you're serious about getting in the NFL, get into a little bit of shape. Work out. You're already in shape, but you know what I mean. Work out for a couple of weeks. Look a little bigger so when they show up, people are concerned you're a vegetarian. They think you're smoking weed all day and you're just not into athletics. So, you know, show them that, no, look, get ripped a bit. I'm still in shape. I want to play football. I'm not going to protest. You're going to get a job. Have a job fair. You know, you work out. You on a football field. No, you don't have to do drills for people. You know, you don't have to prove that much. You've got credentials already. But just, you know, be out there on a football field, you know, invite GMs over and talk to them. Get them, you know, get to know you. Get to know me a little bit. And I don't hate America. Tell them what happened and why you did what you did. Because supposedly Kaepernick's not going to protest this year. He's told teams, no, I'm done with that. So, but they're not convinced. So, and like I said earlier in the video, and it was a good video I did, was Michael Sam's not in the NFL because he's gay. Michael Sam's not in the NFL because he's not good enough. Michael Sam signed with the Montreal Alouettes. And the Alouettes fucking went on a limb and fucking, you know, big press conferences and brought him in and everything, and they treated him great. And he was a fucking flake. You know, he was a flake. He showed up, he wouldn't show up, he was late. It was like fucking always bullshit drama with this guy. And finally, even the Alouettes were like, he's not worth it. You know, we have fucking TMZ here every day, and the kid doesn't even fucking show up for practice on time. Like, and then Michael Sam complained that he wasn't the starter. He lost his job, and he was like, oh, I'm getting screwed over here. No, you're not getting screwed over. It's the CFL. You don't get a free pass. And you know what? Fucking Trustman didn't fucking think you were good enough. You know, so boom. You know, like you got the shot, you fucked it up. It wasn't that, you know, the Rams gave you a shot, you weren't good enough. The Alouettes gave you a shot, you weren't good enough. You're not playing football because you're gay. If you were a fucking Lawrence Taylor type, you'd be playing and people wouldn't care if you fucking how gay you were. You look at, same thing. You look at Tim Tebow. You look at Tim Tebow. Tim Tebow's a great guy. He's the polar opposite of Colin Kaepernick. Actually, they're kind of the same. They both give a lot to charity and shit, but you know what I mean. Tim Tebow's a good guy, clean-cut guy, religious guy. How can you say that Tim Tebow's a bad guy? NFL, where's Tim Tebow in the NFL? Tim Tebow won 8 fucking games out of 11, for fuck's sake. What was he, 8-3 as a starter? When Tim Tebow had talent around him with the Denver Broncos, what was his record? 8-4, 8-3? Didn't Tim Tebow beat Ben Roethlisberger in a fucking NFL playoff game? And oh yeah, but that was overtime and all it was and Tim Tebow won 8 games, brought the Denver Broncos to the playoffs, and won a fucking playoff game against a fucking Hall of Famer and Ben Roethlisberger. And threw a fucking pass to do it. I remember I nearly fell out of my chair. I was like, I don't believe what I just saw. Tim Tebow threw a bullet pass. Fucking Demaryius Thomas ran for the touchdown. And like, even the Pittsburgh Steelers were like, I don't like. And I even remember Ike Taylor was a buddy of ours on the show in those days. And Ike even said, the guy's a baller, man. They said it's fucked up. And I remember talking to him. He goes, it's fucked up. He throws these ducks and shit. But he goes, he's a winner, man. Like, they go, he makes plays. Like, he makes plays. Like, and even Ike said, we didn't think he could do it, but he does. Like, he just does it. Like, my whole point is, listen, Tim Tebow's a horrible quarterback. We all know that. But don't tell me there's not a long list of horrible fucking, listen, Tim Tebow can be holding a clipboard in the NFL right now. You're telling me that Tim Tebow couldn't be a third-string quarterback in the NFL that never plays? Of course he could. They don't want him in the league. They don't want him in the league. They think he's a distraction. The Denver Broncos got tired of the God stuff. SNL even did a skit about it. Supposedly, Tebow said once that one NFL team told him, fucking stop praying on the field after the game so much. Like the NFL is a weird entity. They're very God-fearing and religious, but they don't want you to pray too much. They don't mind if you smack women around, but they don't like you smoking weed. They're very patriotic, but they charge the Pentagon like fucking $400,000 every time they put a big flag on the field. Like, the NFL is a weird league. You know, like, the bottom line, the NFL is just shut the fuck up. That's the moral of the story. I swear. Like, whether you smoke weed, you take it up the ass, or you're praying to Jesus every fucking minute, we don't want to hear about it. Like, that's what their deal is in the NFL. Like, we don't want to know about it. Like, you know, stop praying so much. Stop fucking protesting so much. Like, look at it. They don't want you protesting the flag, and they don't want you praising Jesus. They just want you to shut up and be a football player. That's what it comes down to with these guys. That's what it comes down to. Like, you know, like when you hear fans say, I don't want to hear athletes fucking social takes on anything. Shut the fuck up and play. That's what NFL owners are like. Remember the punter on the Minnesota Vikings? He wasn't even gay. But the punter of the Vikings was very outspoken about fucking gay rights in the NFL. And then every fucking time there was a social... Chris Kluwe. Every time there was a social issue in the NFL, Chris fucking Kluwe would fucking start bitching about it and start tweeting about it and start talking about it. And what happened? He was a good punter. He's out of the NFL now. The Minnesota Vikings asked him. They said, listen, we're not going to tell you not to tweet shit. You can tweet whatever you want. It's freedom of speech. But they said, we don't want you going to all these things that you're doing during the season. And you're representing us. They told him. They said in the off season, you can go and do what you want. But I said, and he was going to fucking pro-abortion or stuff. And he was like Kaepernick. He was really like every sort of Bernie Sanders left-wing thing. He was on it. And he used to call local talk shows and shit and argue with people about stuff, right? The guy should be hosting his own show instead of playing in the league. So the Vikings told him, listen, we don't care. Fine, you support gay people. Fuck, good for you. But listen, you've got to stop fucking going to these things all the time during the year because you're showing up as a Minnesota Viking. And we're getting heat that your views are our views. And like I said, I believe in freedom of speech, but I also believe that your employer can tell you to shut the fuck up. And the Minnesota Vikings were tired of it. The Vikings are getting calls every day. Why is your punter fucking telling me, I'm a redneck racist? And so every day the Vikings, the PR guy fucking lost it. He fucking told the fucking punter, we're sick and tired of fucking answering hate mail because of you. All right? You're the fucking punter. We didn't sign you to be an activist. If you want to be an activist, be an activist. But there's none of this bullshit. That's why I don't understand. I totally get it. People are and then he was like, oh, the Vikings cut me because I spoke out for gay rights. The Vikings did not cut you because you spoke out for gay rights. The Vikings are a fucking entity. They're a brand. And they don't want to deal with it. Except that half the fucking country doesn't like gay rights. And now we're getting calls from fucking people. Why is your punter fucking this? I just want to watch football. And imagine if one of them, you're doing the gay rights shit, and then some guy in the Vikings is like, I stand with Build the Wall. And then we got everyone protesting outside our fucking stadium. Everyone shut the fuck up and play football. And that's all the Vikings said to him. I agree with the Vikings. They said, listen, you can do whatever you want in the offseason, fucking march and do whatever the fuck you want. They said during the season, stop fucking representing the Vikings. And they tried to explain to him. And he's like, I'm my own person. And he's like, yes. But they said, you're in a small city here. You play for the Minnesota Vikings. So during the football season, when you are here and you're doing these things, you're a Minnesota Viking. And we're dealing with the backlash of everything that you say all the time. We're sick of it. What happened? He's out of the NFL. He was a good punter. He had a good average, and then he started bitching, I'm blackballed. Yes, you're blackballed. You're not gay, you're not this, you're not that. You're blackballed because you became a distraction. There are 30,000 fucking kids right now in America that can fucking kick a football in the NFL and be a punter. All right? They won't run their fucking mouth. It's as simple as that. And he used to go on Jim Rome all the time. They're silencing me. They're censoring me. It's like, dude, you're the fucking punter. Enough, fuck. It really was. And that's why, people have to understand, the best way of putting the NFL is they're not racist, they hate everybody. You know what I mean? Whether you're gay, whether you're straight, whether you're religious, whether you fucking hate cops, whether you fucking hate America, they don't care. Just, they don't want to hear about it. It's the moral of the story. So, I guarantee you. So people can bitch all they want about Blaine Gabbert. Whatever, Blaine Gabbert signed, whatever. If Colin Kaepernick fucking tells teams, I'll sign for $1 million a year, I guarantee you, Colin Kaepernick will have a deal in 48 hours. Colin Kaepernick wants $10 million a year, and he's not going to get it. He's not blackballed. Not blackballed. We'll take a break. First break of the evening. Man, we've been here for like 2 hours, but we had a false start. Yes and no. We didn't have a false start. There was some technical issues with some people. Not us, you. We'll take a quick break. We'll come back and talk about the big story out of Buffalo, and I'm not talking about the Bills or the Sabres.
safe here, no escape. Human watchdog doctor.
Did you guys hear? No one's really talking about this at all. No one's brought this up in the mainstream news, but Trump fired the head of the FBI. It's amazing. You figure that the media would talk about this a bit, eh? But no, not at all. Not talking about the FBI at all. It's like, holy shit. I haven't checked in on the mainstream news in a couple hours. I'm going to go to CNN right now, and I'm going to assume that the first thing I'm going to see is that Trump fires Comey. What's the headline? What's the Chiron say? What really happened during Trump-Comey dinner? Really? What do you mean, what really happened during their dinner? Fuck. I don't know. They fucking had some soup. I assume they fucking treated the waiter like shit. What happened? What happened at their dinner? It seems like Coca-Cola changed their can. It seems rounder. Tim no doubt thinks it was a brilliant move. No, the media is fucking hysterical about this stuff. What I don't understand about CNN though is they have this justice reporter guy, Evan Perez. He's like hard ass. He's a pretty smart dude. So he comes on. He's like, yeah, if my inside sources tell me that despite the fact Comey getting fired, it's really just pissed off the FBI more than anything, and that they've accelerated their Trump stuff. That if Trump thinks that by firing this guy that it's just going to go away, it's not going to happen. That he's like, I spoke to a lot of field agents and they're not going to let this go, like type shit. So he says this, and then 30 seconds later they come on bitching. How is the FBI, Trump set this up? They're not going to investigate it. It's like the guy just told you they're investigating it. What do you think? Because the FBI guy's gone and everything's gone? Like I said, you just pissed off a bunch of cops, fucking. You know what I mean? These cops now, they're going to be like, all right, Trump. Like, it's all part of the bigger game, guys. Like, this is the beginning of the downfall for Trump. It really is the beginning of the downfall for this guy. He's fucking power mad. He's fucking insane. He's fucking insane. And it's funny that I say this because there's a quote that supposedly that got Comey fired for real. That Comey went to this dinner with Trump and Comey told other people, Trump is fucking crazy. Like basically Comey told someone Trump's incompetent and fucking insane. And so he got canned, like, you know what I mean? So, but Trump, Trump, Trump is flying too close to the sun right now. Like, he thinks because listen, like, I'm getting away with everything. I've already gotten away with all this shit. It's like, dude, Trump, like, his downfall's coming. It was funny last night, Cam's not a big political junkie, but he watches more than he lets on. And Cam last night, he's like, oh, yeah, I'm betting on impeachment. Like, he's getting impeached. Like, guys, we're only 100 days into this thing. We're 120 days into this thing. There's no way in fucking hell this can last for 4 years. Like, something's got to give. Either Trump just takes America over and inserts every general and just starts fucking firing everybody and turns America into a dictatorship, or they're going to get him. They're going to get him. And we all know, and I brought this up a million times, there's nothing there with the Russia shit. Whatever, man. Julian Assange fucking leaked emails. That's what he does. Putin enjoyed it. Putin fucking wanted Trump to win, yes. Trump wasn't in cahoots. Trump's too stupid to have some big master plan with Putin. Fuck. There's no master plan. So that whole Russia investigation thing, but Trump's got bigger problems than that. We all fucking know this. We all know that Trump has shady shit that he's done in the past. And it was never brought up before in the election. And I'm seeing it now. There's a story today. I didn't click it because I'm all Trumped out and whatever. When they get him, they'll get him. But I saw a story today about money laundering in one of his casinos. See, that's the type of shit you can get him for. You have to go further and nail him for shit that makes him look so fucking bad that the walls will start to crumble on him. But his own Republicans are going to start to turn on him soon. They're only 100 days in right now. Trump's popularity is pretty bad. People that like Trump like him, but he's systematically going to alienate people. He's a walking fucking ethics violation. The only thing is, listen, the Republicans control the Congress, right, and the Senate and the House and shit. They're the ones that would need to impeach him. So they're not going to do it. So it's going to be up to the media to keep on digging and shit on this dude. And I think the more he fires people, the more dirt will be exposed almost. What's the saying in politics? It's better to have your enemy inside the tent pissing in than pissing out than outside the tent pissing in. Like, you just cut Comey loose. What do you think? Like, that everything's going to go away because you cut him loose? You don't think Comey has buddies at the FBI? What if Comey starts leaking shit now? Everything he knows about you. Like, Nixon did this, dude. Nixon did the same thing. Nixon was under investigation of Watergate. He figured out, fuck, I'm in charge. Why don't I just fire the head of the FBI? Yeah, you fire the head of the FBI, you were impeached fucking 6 months later. Like, like we've talked about the little game that Trump's playing with these guys, the CIA and the FBI and stuff, and if he's not going to win. That's the thing, like right now. Like, if you get in Trump's way, he's going to fire you. He's already done it. He fired the fucking attorney general. He's fucking gone after judges. Like, you go down the list, Trump is showing signs of dictatordom here. You know what I mean? What's going to happen if something goes to the Supreme Court under Trump? And, like, Trump's all happy. Let's say this guy Gorsuch he put on the Supreme Court goes against him. What's he going to do? Like, Trump's going to want to, like, get him fired and shit. Like, Trump doesn't accept the rule of law unless it's in his favor. Now, listen. The Democrats are hypocritical bitching about fucking Comey. They all wanted him fired last week. They're just pissed because, Comey was just by the book, right? Comey was by the book for everybody, and it pissed all these politicians off that he wasn't like one of their cronies. And Trump saw, this guy's out to get me. Trump thinks that the head of the FBI works for him. You know what I mean? Literally, that's even what they said. No, you work for me. The thing is, the head of the FBI doesn't work for the president. The head of the FBI is the top cop. He doesn't, it's like Trump sort of thinks that it's like a dictatorship and everyone reports to him. And it's like, dude, yeah, you're the head of the FBI, but, you can find out what the FBI's up to, but doesn't mean you're allowed to commit shit and you're and your buddies and they're not going to do anything. Trump wants Rudy Giuliani as the head of the FBI. He wants his buddies. He doesn't realize that it needs to be a neutral, independent, organization. He doesn't get it. He doesn't respect that. But eventually, he's going to piss the wrong people off in his own party. This healthcare shit's going to backfire on them. 2018. Listen, we're only 100 days in right now, and all these politicians are spineless, so they don't want to be seen as anti-Trump. Eventually, Trump's popularity will be so low that the Republican fucking cocksucking lowlife dudes, they're going to have no choice but to go on their own. They're going to leave Trump to hang. Look, Trump, as it is now, is barely getting shit through. He needed Mike Pence to get shit through as the deciding vote. He's got a fine line. You know what I mean? And if he keeps pissing off these fucking libertarian type of dudes with this shit, and they don't automatically have his back, suddenly the government won't function. He won't be able to get anything through. And people are going to say, look, you had control of all three government branches and you couldn't get anything through. And it's, even now, how can he not get anything through? Trump has alienated his own party already. You know what I mean? They can't even agree. It's a disaster waiting to happen. You just sort of have to watch it play out now. That's the deal. People that want Trump, don't worry. He's going to stumble. It might take a little while. But eventually he's going to stumble. And as I stated, I'd be very concerned if I was Trump right now about this money laundering stuff through my casino. Because there's no way that Trump is able to cover all of his tracks. Come on, man. Real estate in New York, it's well known that he was fucking dealing with all these mobsters and concrete and fucking crooked union deals and fucking his casinos and where did he get the money and Russian banks and you know what I mean? So, if they keep digging on this shit, eventually they can fucking say, hey, what about this? Is it true? Did you really borrow $680 million from this Russian bank? And he's got a lot of shit in the closet that he thinks he's above. And he's insulated right now. But as I stated, it doesn't work. You can't get away with it. And the more that he does this behind the scenes, the more people are we're going to get him, fuck. He's hiding shit for sure, That was the whole thing. Now it's coming out that fucking Comey supposedly told people, yeah, there's shit here, man. There's stuff here. And that's why Trump, is getting a little worried. So Trump figures, fuck, we fire this guy. I got Jeff Sessions. Trump's controlling everybody. How can you charge me if fucking everyone, and not charge him per se, but charge Michael Flynn. Flynn committed crimes. So you charge Michael Flynn. And there's going to be a domino effect of weird shit that fucking, went down, right? So I don't believe that Trump fixed any election. I don't believe that Trump was in cahoots with Putin to rig the election. I don't believe that. But what I am telling you is Trump's got a lot of skeletons in the closet. He's pissing off a lot of people. And eventually, they're going to turn on him. Maybe the public won't. His hardcore base won't. T-Bone and Drew, Trump can shoot someone in the face, fuck, right? And it won't matter. But like he's violating the Constitution and shit, like with some of this stuff. Like it's a shit show. He's got Rick Perry in charge of the nukes. He's got this DeVos chick that gets booed off of every fucking stage she steps on. And the funniest thing is, I tweeted this out earlier. To me, one of the funniest stories of the day, actually, about that was if you saw yesterday, Trump let in the Russians into the Oval Office. And they didn't want the American press to see this. They didn't want the press to see this. Like, Trump did not want to see him. And you saw how happy he was. He was like a family reunion. Trump's all gushing with the Russian guy. The Russian spy, fuck, the Russian spy that's in the investigation is in the Oval Office. Like, it's mind-numbing. The day after he fires Comey. And so Trump was like, no media allowed. So the Russians were in there, and they took pictures, and Trump thought it was just like private pictures, and it was for Russian media. Yeah, I saw that, Jess. They're like, dude, yeah, I saw that. Yeah, Trump's lawyers had to tell him, you need to stop calling Michael Flynn. Like, stop talking to this guy. Like, so they fire Comey. The next day, the fucking the Soviet ambassador that everyone talks about, actually the KGB guy, some other Laranov guy, shows up with like 6 foot fucking other dudes. And they're taking pictures and shit, and they're all holding briefcases and stuff. And I'm reading after that, like, the Secret Service had a heart attack. They were like, fuck, this guy's stupid. Like, they were like, fuck, Trump really is an idiot, eh? Like, fucking, they're like, first off, you don't meet him in the Oval Office. Like, you're not supposed to let these guys in the Oval Office. You meet them in an executive room somewhere, all right? You don't bring them in the fucking Oval Office. Secondly, who are the other people? You don't even know. Like, basically, Trump let 9 KGB agents in the Oval Office yesterday. And they were like, with today's technology, first off, like, they were like, one of these guys left a bug for sure. Like, one of these photographers, dick fucking, you know what I mean? Just some sort of, like, listening device was planted for sure. And then secondly, which is hilarious, is in today's day and age, you guys know this, even companies do this. They scan you. They just walk past you. Like when you drive past a billboard nowadays, the billboard like scans your phone and like targets ads to you and shit. So, the security experts are saying it's unbelievable. Like Trump let all these dudes in the Oval Office and he doesn't even know who they are. He's got a couple of Russian ambassadors and KGB guys and fucking their photographers, with equipment. He let equipment in there. So basically they were like guaranteed. They were like everything got scanned. Like anything in the perimeter of that building was fucking scanned and uploaded. Fuck. They were like, it's unbelievable that they did this. So it's just funny that they were saying, they were like, yeah, we're going to have to go in there. They're like, we're going to have to go in there and check the place for bugs. And if you're wondering, Morency, you're crazy. Fuck, you watch too much Homeland. The Russians aren't scanning shit when they're standing there in the Oval Office. I read that years ago, the Russians had a meeting with Madeleine Albright in the 7th floor of the State Department building. And they fucking bugged it. And Albright was too stupid to figure it out. They bugged it. So Madeleine Albright was the Secretary of State of the United States, and Russia was listening in on her fucking private meetings. Like, they were successfully able to fucking bug the 7th floor of the State Department. That's why when I read this, they were like, you can't let these guys in the Oval Office. They're like, just because if they, if you don't see them doing something, doesn't mean that they don't have something in their pocket, that they're not scanning you. Like, it's 2017. This is high-tech spy shit. And it reminded me of the night of the North Korean missile stuff. And Trump and his cronies had all the cell phones out. They had no light in Mar-a-Lago in the bar. And Donald Trump's with the head of fucking the Prime Minister of Japan. And they're looking at these sensitive documents and stuff together. And all these Trump cronies have their cell phones on using his lights, shining on the documents. Now think about how stupid that is. We all know how easy it is to hack into a phone. So all like Russia, China, all anyone would have to do, North Korea, is just hack into fucking like Hope Hicks's fucking Donald Trump's secretary's fucking phone. She's fucking showing the document on her phone. They just click the picture. Like, it's insane, like how sloppy he is. It's insane. Like, they were saying that he's the sloppiest president in the history of America by far, like with this shit. That, like, it's just a disaster. You know, people are walking in and out of Mar-a-Lago. They don't know who anybody is. Fucking, as long as you pay, all you got to do is pay $200,000. You become a member, and then suddenly you're fucking next to the president. And then you got the fucking president holding fucking meetings with the fucking prime minister of Japan fucking 10 feet away from you in a bar. Fuck. It's like, who are these people? You know what I mean? Like, who's the guy at Mar-a-Lago? You're telling me you don't think right now? Like I said, man, I read a fascinating story. They said Mar-a-Lago is the place to be in the spy world now. They said everybody's there. It's $200,000. Whatever. Become a member. He goes there every weekend. He has meetings there all the time. You know, and like they were saying, you can see who he's meeting with, what he's up to. You can talk to people. And they were saying that even Trump, he comes out and he's got a big mouth and he's like, oh, I'm meeting with this guy. And he like, it's fucking comical. It's like Trump's like a fucking gold mine to like the spy agencies of the world. They're like, fuck, this guy's sloppy. This is easy, you know? And they were saying like Barack was difficult. Like Barack didn't leak anything. Everything was secure. Like Barack didn't fuck around, you know? Yeah, he really is Bobbert. You know what I'm talking about. Like he's fucking, he's like sitting there in Mar-a-Lago fucking holding a light up. Secret, like, you know, classified North Korea missile response. He's like, you guys got a lighter here so I can see this? You got your cell phone? Everyone turn your cell phones on. I cannot believe that even one of the guys in the Secret Service sitting at the table, like, would say, sir, we'll get you a light, all right? Like, I don't think it's a good idea that we have 8 people all put their phones on this document. Like, I'm no security expert, but even me, I'd be at the table and go, no, you can't take your phone, man. I'd be like, no, like, does anyone think that maybe your phone is hacked and they can fucking see everything that you see through the camera right now? Are you fucking stupid? Like, even like when I saw that with the Russians yesterday, it was the first thing I thought. I was like, are you a fucking idiot? See all these Russian dudes with fucking equipment and shit. And I'm like, oh yeah. Like Trump would tell the difference too. That's a camera. And so now Trump's security team are sensitive to this. They're all like, it's bullshit. We see the reports. They're all like, we screened everything. And it turns out that the Russian guys went through the same media screening process as the media does. All right, fine. So they went through the media. You're telling me that a bunch of KGB agents don't know how to fucking scan shit and get stuff through a fucking security check? Come on. Come on. It's a joke. If they were told, imagine telling a bunch of KGB agents, listen, all you guys got to do is go through a media security check. They're laughing, fuck. Like, it seems stupid, but like I said, like I've been reading about this, and they're like, protocol is you don't let fucking KGB guys into the Oval Office, fuck. They're like, you don't let them into that West Wing and shit. They're like, it's sensitive. They can scan any computer, any computer in sight. Like, they can steal the fucking data and shit. Like, it's pretty high-tech shit, man. All right, here's the story I wanted to get to, actually. And very, very disappointing, man. You know, marriage is way down in today's society. Couples don't stick together anymore. I've gone through difficult times myself. We yearn for the days of, going to the movies and eating popcorn, summer breezes, American Pie. As American as apple pie. But we're in a new era right now, and people just can't stick together. Yet I never thought it would see the day where Cellino and Barnes would be separating.
FDA has issued a recall for Darvon and Darvocet because these drugs create an unreasonable health risk.
These painkillers may cause heart attacks, strokes, or even death. The recall was caused by a problem with the drug. It was not caused by your doctor.
If you or a loved one has taken Darvon or Darvocet and have experienced any of these adverse side effects,
you should contact us immediately, as you may be entitled to compensation for your injuries.
If you're injured in an accident, choosing the right law firm is crucial. Don't wait. Call 8. T-Bone, the attorneys at Cellino and Barnes are ready to help 24/7.
the FDA has...
Cellino, I'm trying to find the words that they're at with their jingle, though.
Day in and day out, the attorneys at Cellino and Barnes.
I didn't know they had ads in LA, too.
Cellino and Barnes, injury attorneys, 800-888-8888.
Don't wait. Call 8.
That's when you know you're a fucking badass. That's when you know you're a badass. When your phone number is 888-888. That's not a fucking easy number to get. That's the number. That's like the number for people like Bruce Chad and Degenerate Dean. Like if Bruce Chad got in, Bruce Chad said he needs an attorney and he got into an accident, he'd be like, call 917-672. What the fuck was that number? Fuck, I can't remember the number. But it's like, call 888-8888. 888-8888. That's like rageaholic proof right there. Like if I wish if we when we get a phone line going again, if we get an 800 number, that's the number I want. 1-800-800-800. That's too confusing. Yeah, that'd be too confusing. 1-800-800-8000. Bruce Chad would be like, is that 800 or 2000? What? See, Dean needs a pen. Is that 888? It's like dealing with Homer Simpson. So what he's saying, hold on. So that's 800, 888, 8888. Like, that's a great fucking number. Just call. I'd like to even hear. I'd like to hear a fucking a phone company laugh at you when you tell them, "Yeah, I'd like to get the number 1-800-8888."
Cellino and Barnes, injury attorneys, 800-888-8888.
Don't wait. Call 8.
Don't wait. Call 8. Now, Salino and Barnes, for those of you that aren't in the Buffalo, upstate New York area here, Western New York, but they're national. They got ads in LA too, I see. They're like Buffalo's biggest. They're Buffalo's biggest attorneys, injury attorneys. And they pretty much run Buffalo. Like every fucking show, every show is brought to you by Salino and Barnes. 1-888 Salino and Barnes. I have a bad association with Salino and Barnes because every time I hear their jingle, I just think of the Bills losing. I really do. I think of the Bills losing. I'm like, yeah, here's another Bills fucking highlight show brought to you by Salino and Barnes. Fuck. So years ago, Rick Salino had his license taken away. He got suspended, I think. Salino, the Italian dude, he got suspended. He had mob ties. He had some crooked deals. But he didn't lose his license. He had his license suspended. And, it was just Barnes for a while. It was just Barnes for a while. But Salino's back. But after 30 years, they're separating. Nobody knows why, but people are preparing. It's going to get ugly. Their firm is worth a lot of money. There's a lot of stakes, and they're saying it's like a high-stakes divorce case between two attorneys. But think about it, if you're in Buffalo, it's great news. Like, man, if I was WGR, one of these radio stations, TV stations, I'm laughing. It's like George Costanza. Remember when his parents got divorced? Ah, great. I got to go to 2 Thanksgiving dinners now. Like, think about it. Salino and Barnes, they're both going to try to outdo each other now. They're going to go head-to-head, fuck. It's going to be Salino versus Barnes. And they're both going to try to show that, they can both do it without the other guy. And they're both going to throw big money at sponsorship and shit. It's going to be a glorious time to be in Buffalo media sales. You're going to rake it in with these two guys going to war. Fuck. It's the best thing that could have happened. You have the 2 richest attorney in the fucking part of the state. They're not the richest attorney in the state of New York. I imagine there's some big-time guys in New York City, but Salino and Barnes are big-time. Like, they're 100 millionaire. Like, it's a big firm. Like, they've won billions and shit. Like, they're injury attorneys, man. Like, they don't fuck around, these guys. And there's a lot of money at stake. They both have a shitload of money. And they're both going to want to look like king shit after. So they're both going to advertise like a motherfucker. So now if you're a station, instead of just getting one ad, Salino and Barnes, you're going to get Salino and Barnes. That's what I'm saying, Dean. Who gets to keep the number? You're exactly right. That's like, hey, who owns the 1-800-888? That's when it becomes real, and you ought to argue it. Is it true, Mr. Salino, that Mr. Barnes had the idea for 1-800-888-8888? Well, that's not true. I actually said 1-888-8888. like they're going to argue about this. You're exactly right, Dean. That's even the Buffalo News. Here, I'll get to the story. They even said that. They said, who owns the billboards? Who owns the name? Like, who owns everything? Who owns the clients? Like, it's a fucking operation and a half. Like, what about all the cases pending? Like, it's ugly. So I guess when law firms do this, they go to a special law divorce court type of deal. But they were saying it's abnormal that 2 people with this much assets, like, they're fucking rich. Like, they're fucking rich, man. Like, they could fucking buy the Buffalo Bills rich type shit. Like they own Buffalo. Like, every billboard, everything. Like, they're all over the place. Except now, this opens up the door for our boy, William Mattar.
Do you know how much your car accident is really going to cost you?
Hurt in a car? Call William Mattar. 444-4444.
Do you really believe the insurance company will cover everything they're supposed to?
Hurt in a car? Call William Mattar. 444-4444.
Don't you think now's the time to call a lawyer?
Hurt in a car? Call William Mattar. 444-4444.
Hurt in a car? Call William Matar. Pretty good number too, eh? 4444. Call 444-444. That's even better than 1-800. That's even more fucking, that's even easier. 444.
Do you know how much your car accident is really going to cost you?
Hurt in a car? Call William Matar. 444-4444.
Do you really believe the insurance company will cover everything they're supposed to?
Hurt in a car? Call William Matar. 444-4444.
Don't you think now's the time to call a lawyer?
Hurt in a car? Call William Matar. 444-4444.
What can the no-fee guarantee do for you? After a serious car accident, immediate action may need to be taken. It's important to call us as soon as you can.
But what if I can't afford a lawyer?
With our no-fee guarantee, you can afford a lawyer because we'll work for free unless we win your case. Now that's a great deal. That's our no-fee guarantee. Hurt in a car? Call William Matar and get our no-fee guarantee. 444-4444.
Hurt in a car?
Call William Matar.
Don't panic. You've been seriously injured, and you may feel that your life has been turned upside down. Even worse, you have medical bills, and there's no money coming in. I'm William Matar. Call right now because we can help.
Get help right now.
Call 444-4444.
Let our focus be your advantage. Hurt in a car? Call William Matar. 444-4444.
Hurt in a car. Hurt in a car. Hurt in a car. Call William Matar. Like if you're William Matar right now, it's like Better Call Saul. Like with all the clients, you're like, yeah, real shame. I hear what happened with Celino and Barnes. Huh? It's a real ugly divorce they got going on there. I don't know. I hear they're both drinking a lot now too, and cases are falling behind. You know, right now William Matar is smearing fucking Celino and Barnes. Those two are in court arguing with each other. How are they going to protect you? Fuck, I own my own firm. I got no partners here. You know, Celino and Barnes, they got their own problems. And then you just throw it, they got real problems. I hear they're arguing over who keeps the pet lion and tiger. Yeah, don't Lozano, call Babano. No, I got one for you. Are you tired of losing games? Don't go Dano, call Bobano. Don't go Dano, call Babano. That's all I got right now. Off the top of my head. Downo, Babano. Yeah, don't go Downo. Call Babano. 1-855-555-5555. That's 555-555-5555. Is your bankroll low? Don't go Downo. Call Babano. 555-5555. That's a great, you got a good number. That's a good number you got there. 555-5555. Be like, how many fives is that again? One, five. There's some good ads in Vegas too. Oh yeah, here it is. Here's in Vegas, John Barr. He'll do anything to sell you a car.
Want to sell me a car, John Barr? Catch one of my passes and we'll talk. Okay, John, let's start with a short down and out. Down and out, right!
Plunkett back to pass. He's looking for Barr. Hands of stone.
Cross pattern.
Someone called the good hands people.
Let's try a post, John.
Barr couldn't catch a cold.
Okay, fly route.
Barr's been eating Butterfingers.
Okay, Barr, this is your last chance. Try catching this.
I'll do anything to sell you a car.
John Barr will do anything to sell you a car. Well, that's pretty good. That's pretty good, D. Don't be a clano, call Babano. Don't go downo. Yeah, don't be a clowno. All right, we'll take a last break here. We're going to go to midnight or so, 3 hours, because the first 40 minutes or so were kind of a shit show, thanks to Bruce Chat. I'm trying to find something here right now. All right, so yeah, we'll pop this up during the break. No, it really is crazy, eh? Like, come on, Jazz, that doesn't rhyme. Is your bankroll low? Call Babano. Maybe I have to reconsider calling Jazz the most intelligent rageaholic. What part of the Babano rhyme part don't you get? We're going clowno, downo, Babano. Low bankroll, that doesn't rhyme. It's like The Simpsons. Stan. If he can't do it, no one can. And Homer, Stan the Guy Taylor's my favorite. Stan the Guy Taylor. I think clowno is your best one. Don't be a clowno, call Babano. Don't go downo, call Babano. All right, I think maybe some of you have heard this, but maybe some of you haven't. Here's a guy telling a story with NHL names.
So I've got quite a bit of time as I drive back from the Ontario tournament. I thought I'd share last night's adventure with you guys. Yeah, a little Indy rough this morning. The head was Marty McSorley, that's for sure. Yeah, I had all my gear packed up last night and figured I'd hit the lounge for a Kelly Bookburger and some Eric Brewers. I'm up there and I'm enjoying my Bob beers, and I noticed this lady over at the Dave Bar giving me the Peter Budai. Well, she looks pretty good, so I wave her over, thinking maybe I can Blake Wheeler, right? She gets a little closer, and yeah, she looked like a Neil Sheehy with a Doug Weight problem. I was convinced she was actually a James Van Riemsdyk. But to tell you the truth, it's been so Roberto Luongo since I've had Dave Sexton that I'd bang a gorilla in a Jordan Tutu if I had to. Yeah, but anyways, we're chatting, and I'm finding it really hard to keep looking into her Steve Yzerman because I'm staring at this big Brian Boyle right in the middle of her face. I'm thinking to myself, I don't know if I could bring myself to stoop this Patrick Marleau anymore. She's like, oh, I really want to come back to your place. And I'm like, Johnny, oh, do ya? I'm not so sure anymore. So, I excuse myself, go down to the little Daryl Boyce room and, think about things. I'm in there and I'm washing my hands, and she bursts through the door, pulls out my Mike Babcock, and starts giving me Victor Hedman right in the Eric stall. I was convinced this chick was a Joe Nieuwendyk, but yeah, whatever. So, 23 glorious seconds later, I hand her a towel so she can wipe the Alexei Semenov off of her face, and we're heading back to my place. So, I pay the Rick Tabarachi, and out the door we go. Now, there's Garth Snow everywhere. I mean, it's not exactly the middle of Brad May, so, we walk out into a pretty good Theo Fleury. I'm thinking to myself, the only way we're getting back to the hotel by foot is if we got some cross-country Sergei Bobrovskys, right? So we decide to take a Thomas Caberlet instead. So I get her back to the room, and she starts peeling gear, and I Rafi Torres her gear off, and I expose a pretty decent set of Jermaine Titoffs, and everything's good. Then I get her out of her Lulu Liars, and I discover this chick is super Jason Woolley. I mean, this chick has never been to the Bill Barber, I'm telling you. And I keep my head shaved, so I've got my Donald Brashears, and I could probably shave her down to the Jeff Skinner, but, to tell you the truth, it was a little Ty Ratty, a real Mark Messier, and it was a little Mike Reekie, so I really didn't want to go near the damn thing. So anyways, she sees the disappointment in my face, and she flips herself over onto her stomach, and she says, hey, why don't you take my Dustin Brown Don Cherry? And I'm like, wow. I didn't want to go in Leon Draisaitl, right? So I grabbed some Hawk and Lube, and then I Pavel Bure it right into her Darren Pupa. Whew, 23 glorious seconds later, I empty my Joe Sakic, and we collapse on the bed. She really wants me to Ryan Spooner, but I'm not feeling so Chris Osgood about the situation. So, I tell her, hey, I got to get up Brandon Morrow and leave pretty Jordan Eberle. So, there's the Daryl Sydor. And out she goes. So this morning, I wake up, and my Michael Pekka is Travis Green. And it Brent Burns. So, I'm looking back on the evening, and I can't believe how Matt Dumba I was. So anyways, the moral of this story, if you don't want to follow in my Manny legacy, the next time you get Randy Wood on the road, you're better off to use your Hanson brother, all right? Or you're going to pay the Carey Price.
That's a great comedy bit. That guy did a great job. Yeah, I think you guys nailed it. I think you actually found the jingle. Win like a soprano, call Babano. Win like Tony Soprano, call Babano. Win like Tony Soprano, call Babano. Win like Tony Soprano, call Babano. That's as good as it gets. Be like Tony Soprano, call Babano. Be like Tony Soprano, call Babano. 333-3333-33. That's 333-333-3333. Soprano did get whacked. Yeah. Hey, you want to win like John Gotti? Call Morency. Morency's picks. I'll make you the next John Gotti. Yeah. You want to win like a mobster? You know what the funny thing is, dude? Mobsters are all bad bettors. That'd be a great ad. You want to win like a mobster? You wouldn't be lying in the ad, fuck. You go like 35% with the picks. You want to win like a mobster? Call Morency Sports Picks. 666-666-6666. That's my number. 666. That's 666-6666. Nothing but luck. You have your, it'd be great. You have a gambling number. There's nothing but 13s. That's 1313 1313 1313. That's 131 1313 1313. That'd be the greatest. Lucky Aces, Lucky Sports Picks. Call Lucky Sports Picks at 1313 1313. Tell them Lucky sent you. Tell them Lucky sent you. I tell you, if you had a gambling number, it was all fours, you're not getting any Asians calling. They hate the number 4. A lot of places in Vancouver, they don't even put number 4 in the fucking address. Like, they don't like the number 4. Like, like some buildings don't have a 13th floor. I never noticed if my building has a 13th floor. I would assume it doesn't, right? What does it go, 12 to 14? It's so stupid. Like, you can pretend it's 12 to 14, but somebody's living on the 13th floor. So what floor is, let's say they go 12 to 14. Who's really on the 13th floor then? What's the 13th floor? Because you can pretend there's different floors. My building has a 4th floor. The lady that owns my condo actually wants me to move. She's not booting me out or anything. She wants me to switch units. She owns 2 units here. She wants me to move to the 4th floor. Like, I don't know, that doesn't sound very lucky to me. That doesn't sound very lucky to me. Is it the 15th floor? If they're the 12 to 14th, so if you're on the 15th floor, you're really on the 13th floor. So you can pretend. This is great. You're going to like this. Donald Trump lives in a penthouse that he says is on the 66th floor of 68. That's unbelievable. Why would Donald Trump want to live on the 66th floor? We're just joking about 666. We were just joking about 666. And of course, Donald Trump lives on the 66th floor. You own the fucking building, dude. You can live on whatever floor you want. You choose to live on the 66th floor. Oh, this is the best part. So, Trump lives on the 66th floor out of 68 floors. Except, there's only 58 floors. Like, the motherfucker's not even telling the truth about his fucking tower. So he says there's 68 floors, but there's really 58 floors. The elevator goes up to 68. At the 72 floor Trump Tower, up to 90. Yeah, Trump didn't add floors to the building, just numbers to the elevator panels, which has become a trademark of his for sorts. At the 58 floor Trump Tower, the elevator goes up to 68. The 72 floor Trump World building goes up to 90. Yeah, I want to start fucking with people too, Bobber. Bobber, I'll start telling them, you're really on a 13th floor, huh? You might think, except, I don't know. I'm too Bruce chatted out. Where is Bruce Chat anyways? Bruce Chat hasn't been in the chat in a little while. What happened to him? Where are you at? I'm going to tweet him. Where are you at? Did you get lost? Bruce Chad's going to be the first one to get lost in here somehow. Either that or Bruce Chad's like, I don't need this shit. I'm tired of being insulted. I walk, what I do, Dean, depending on how I feel. Like if I feel like things aren't going well, I'll walk under a ladder to shake things up. So yeah, I don't fear walking under a ladder. I don't fear walking under a ladder. I don't fear black cats. I don't fear black cats. But no, I'll walk, I'll be like, yeah, I got bad luck. I'm going to walk under this ladder here, try to shake things up a little bit. Asian people are pretty smart. And an Asian guy once told me, this gambling guy, it's fucking funny. He's all like, he's like, if you have really bad luck and you lose, you need to get a massage with a hand job. He goes, I tell you, he goes, every time I go, I get a massage with happy ending. He goes, I win, win, win. I remember I saw him. Remember the milkman dude? Mario. He's not around anymore. Remember the milkman guy? He used to bring us milk and shit. He's tuned into the show. I don't know what happened to him. The SEAL test guy. But he had like a Chinese guy that he worked with, this degenerate gambler dude. And the milkman used to tell me, oh, it's crazy. Like, guys doing hookers, like fucking in alleys during milk runs and shit. So I was telling him, I'm like, yeah, I can't win. Fuck. I said, I've lost, man. 2 weeks. Can't buy a break. He's like, oh, you need to go to this massage parlor. You'll win. Yeah, fucking comical. All right, so good show tonight. Not great. Good, but like George Bush's memoirs. Good, not great. Very good. We had some good takes, but somewhat ruined by the bizarre beginning of the show. We had to restart, which was frustrating because we had people here. So we had a lot of you and, oh, I can't get in, but we had a lot of people who were already in. So it's frustrating. We had to restart to get everybody in after, and I'm not even sure everyone got in after. They should. But at least now we all learned a lesson this evening. If I see anybody has a problem, I'm just going to, you know what I'm going to do? I'm always just going to post that link in the chat too. Just to make it easier too. So if anybody ever has a problem, now we know what to do. I know the link to just give you too. Like Dean had a problem, I just DM'd him the link. So in the future, if you are, and you're watching right now, you're a subscriber. So if you're in the future, if you ever have an issue, please tweet me or just look on the Patreon front page, the comments. You'll see the link. That's how people got in tonight. Tonight was kind of bizarre, in which anybody on a phone got in. We were all wondering and calling you all idiots to start the show. Because we started the show and, there's a bunch of people here. And I'm like, I don't understand why half these other people can't get in and all these other guys are in. But sometimes it was like that on Ustream, when you remember. Technology is weird. All right, we'll look into the Ustream. We'll look into the YouTube thing. YouTube might limit the amount of time that it records. Like we'll try to extend that. We'll try to extend that. But remember on Ustream, sometimes that would happen. People on phones, it wouldn't work, and someone vice versa. But to start the show tonight, I was like, why? And then I clued in, we realized everybody in the chat that got in early was on a phone. Everyone was like, I got no problems, but I'm on a phone. The Patreon app works brilliantly for everybody all the time. I don't know why the PCs were an issue tonight. There's some things I can't control. You guys have to understand something. You guys have to understand something. The internet and technology isn't perfect, guys. like, this didn't work and that didn't work and this and that and this. Like, there's some shit that's unexplainable. I'm around fucking serious techs every day. And they're like, I don't know, man. They're like, I asked, why does this happen? And they tell me because fucking the internet's fucked, man. They said because sometimes software doesn't do this and like shit happens. It seems like Babano, it seems like Saturday's the night when everyone's here. And during the week, people watch the show after, or there's some people here. No, but all these sites say, YouTube, Ustream, fucking Hotmail, fucking, you know, the thing is, you guys like Netflix, Amazon, they all have fucking glitches too and shit, but they have fucking staff and they have fucking $4 billion, right? You know, I guess some people are out and stuff, but that's what they're paying for. At least, you know, they can rewatch it on YouTube after. But at least we learned a lesson tonight. We'll just post the link right away. It'll be easier for people that they're having issues and shit. This Saturday is a UFC Saturday night, so we're going to be more business. Except if we get Joey Odessa on, you know, that'll be a fucking, that'll be interesting. Joey wants to come on too, so. I see that Trump's right now at feuding with Rosie O'Donnell on Twitter. This is just too much. All right, so Warriors and Spurs begin Sunday afternoon. Let's get a little baseball check here. Toronto Blue Jays win 7-2. Telling you, the Blue Jays started turning it around a little bit. So we hit the Blue Jays, we hit the Astros under. That's not bad. We lose there was one baseball game we were getting killed unless we came back. Fuck, they nearly came back. We lost the White Sox bet. And fuck, I knew the Dodgers in Colorado. I didn't give it on the show, but I fucking tweeted it. I said, that'll be a high-scoring game. Oh, I had Baltimore, but it was rained out. So I go 3-0 in baseball. Not a bad night. We hit the Spurs money line. (2-1) D-backs right now over the Pirates. They're in the ninth inning. Tigers are up 5-1 on the Halos in the seventh. Reds and Giants are locked up at 2 right now in the eighth. We got some Filipino college basketball, Mexican soccer. So all these people, they watch my videos or something. Here I see a story. NFL's not blackballing Kaepernick.
Blaine Gabbert.
Colin Kaepernick's, fuck, I hate these videos that pop up. Colin Kaepernick's, Harry Edwards on Colin Kaepernick's management team says, in fact, 3 teams have contacted Colin Kaepernick. So they're even admitting themselves. So 3 teams have been in contact with the quarterback since the draft. He says they've asked, can he play? Does he want to play? That's exactly what I said earlier. It's not the anthem. It's not the flag shit. They just wonder, like, where's your head at? Do you care enough? Like, you know, can he play? Does he want to play? Like I said, you know, if you're Kaepernick, dude, you know, hit the gym for fucking a week. Bulk up just a little bit, look good, fucking take your shirt off, fucking host a couple of people, throw a couple of passes, talk to them, and you'll get a fucking job. But this blackballed shit, he's not blackballed. Yeah, I think Saturday we're going to turn it into fight night. Joey Odessa will join us. We'll get Lou to check in, Lou from Gamblu.com. We'll make it more of a pick night. We knew that one of these Saturday nights would become all business, but we'll be pounding back the drinks just to make sure the hijinks ensue. But I'm getting used to the Saturday night booze fest. That's not bad, drinking once a week. Fuck. So, we'll have some drinks Saturday night, watch some fights. There should be some hockey on and basketball and everything, right? So what's the basketball schedule look like here? So we got the Celtics. If the Celtics win tomorrow, I imagine they'll play the Cavs on Sunday. If they don't, then Game 7 will be Sunday. San Antonio Golden State is Sunday. So there'll be no basketball Saturday night. NHL hockey, Friday night. No rest for the weary. Anaheim Ducks, Game 1, Friday night, tomorrow night. Saturday night. Ottawa at Pittsburgh. So Saturday night, we've got UFC. Saturday night, we've got the UFC on, and we'll have the Penguins and the Senators on. NHL series prices. Nashville Predators, -130. Anaheim Ducks, +110. Ottawa Senators, +255. Penguins, -315. Listen, the Penguins are probably going to beat... the Senators, but it's hard to underestimate the Senators and just discount them with the heart that they've showed, and they keep on just winning and upsetting teams and getting it done. So yeah, we'll take one last quick break and we'll come back with some closing thoughts. Figure I owe you guys an extra 40 minutes or so after the debacle. The debacle will start. trying to figure out the music scene here a bit. You have to understand as well, man. We're on multiple computers. It's fucking been a grind. It's been a grind, but we'll start to get into a pattern and a rhythm. I don't know what happened to Bruce Chat. He just disappeared. Like, he vanished. I tweeted him, like, where you at? He's gone. All right, should be interesting. Tomorrow night is the Raging Redhead Cam Stewart will once again check in from Vegas. We got to get Babano on the radio show one of these nights. You know what? Tomorrow night we might open up the phone lines too. I think tomorrow we'll open up the phone lines. We'll take our first calls on Red Heat and Rage. They got to be good though. Let's get some good calls. Let's get some good calls in here. So a full slate of shows tomorrow. We've got Game Time Decisions, Steve Merrill, Paul Bovey, and a NHL guest to be determined. If you've been tuning into Game Time Decisions, you've known that we've had some good high-level hockey guests, Bill Waters, Neil Smith. You know, we're getting Stanley Cup caliber dudes. We'll have a big-name hockey guy tomorrow. Talk about the Final Four. We got Paul Bovey talking some NBA basketball. I think we're into week 8 now. Is it week 8 or week 9? I think it's 8 in the AFL. And we're doing well, man. Last week we nailed those parlays again. We just had that bad night 2 Saturdays ago, and I put $300 on a fucking parlay like a stupid idiot. Oh, that was dumb. And then we got Red Heat and Rage tomorrow. Hopefully Cam can refrain from dropping a fucking F-bomb. I swear, that's all they asked us. That's all Cardano said. He goes, I don't care what you talk about. He goes, you know, you're a radio guy. You know what you're doing. He's like, just host, you know, just do whatever you do. Just do a radio show. He goes, no, don't worry. He goes, just please don't swear. So it's going to happen. Cam said shit once or twice last week. If you notice, I haven't sworn. Cam said like shit once or twice last week. That's not bad. Shit's not really a bad word anymore. But, of course, on Wednesday, not only did he swear, he dropped the long one. He said, fuck you. He said, I was like, fucking Cam, fuck. I was like, dude, we're not on fucking Sirius Satellite Radio, man. I am very good at containing it. Like, I don't swear on TV. I don't swear on TV. On the Fantasy Sports Network, in over 3 years, once I started to say fuck and I stopped it. And I think an F-bomb got through on unfiltered ones. And I even told the operator though what time it happened at. And I said, I'd just take it out or beep it. So I warned him about it. You got to be careful with the swearing stuff. You got to be careful with the swearing stuff. Like, you know, you think it's not a big deal, but you don't want to deal with it. It's not worth it. You know. Now, if I'm told I'm allowed to swear, then I'll swear. Then I don't have a problem. Like I remember at the end of Off the Record, Landsberg told me at the end, he goes, if you want, just swear. He goes, don't, hold back. Landsberg told me, he's like, I don't care. He's like, you go ahead and swear. And he goes, we beep it anyways. So near the end of OTR, a couple of times I get fired up and I drop a couple F-bombs and stuff, but I knew they were beeping it, you know? So I was like, whatever, they're going to beep it anyways. The show's like taped earlier in the day. They're going to fucking take it out and beep it. So, you know, I know the difference, right? Like on this show, I swear. Cam seems to have a harder time differentiating shows. I do a mental note to myself. I just sort of like, it's like a computer. I flick the switch, you know what I mean? I'm like, oh yeah, all right, this is mainstream TV. I'm like, this mainstream TV, I'll go mainstream here. And I'm like, all right, internet, okay, internet, I can say whatever the fuck I want. Internet, I can say whatever I want. Yeah, Waters might be with us on tomorrow, actually, with Bano. He likes coming on. He's a good job. He's a good guest. I'm a fan. If you notice too, Cam was pretty fucking buzzed on Wednesday. Cam is a real pro though. I'm a pro too, but I think Cam can hide his drunkenness better than I can, I think. Depends on what I drink, but like I've done a lot of shows with Cam where me and him, like in Vegas and shit, we both drank a lot. And I would say that he's a little bit more under control than me. You know, I'll sort of get louder and say crazier shit if I'm drunk. And Cam is normally pretty even keel, you know, because Cam drinks during the day sometimes and shit, right? Like, you know, like when Cam finishes at 3 o'clock, he often goes to Shula's Joe's, the bar, and he bets the ponies and he drinks. He's not getting fucked up, but he has a few drinks, and so he's sort of an everyday drinker type. I'm a binge drinker. But Cam's in Vegas now, so on Monday you could tell he was totally sober. Monday he was sober, he sounded a little hungover, and you know, he was okay, but you could tell he sounded a little tired and sort of Vegased out. But Wednesday, he was all full of energy, but it's because he was fucking drunk. And I know Cam, so I could tell fucking when once he started slurring a bit, and I was like, fuck, Cam's probably had about 14 drinks today. And then he drops the fucking, fuck you. Yeah, that was good. Whatever, fuck. We're on the internet now. Cardano just doesn't want to get the bad habit started of like, you know. Oh, do we have a game tonight? West Coast and Western, huh? My West Coast Eagles. You know what? I think I've been right. I think I've been right with the West Coast Eagles pretty much every week. I've nailed them for upsets, fucking wins, losses, everything else in between. Money lines. Remember when the West Coast were big favorites against Hawthorne? I said Hawthorne's going to beat them outright. Fucking they did. All right, so West Coast Eagles versus Western Bulldogs. They're both 5-2. They're both 5-2. They're very evenly matched teams, actually. West Coast has scored 683 points. They've given up 605 points. Western have scored 647. They've given up 588. They're very evenly matched. Of course, Western are the defending champs. The thing about the West Coast Eagles are, if you bet on the AFL, I'll tell you right now, guys, the West Coast Eagles, they are like their home field is dominant and they're kind of shitty on the road. This is a tough game. This is a tough game. Like, the point spread's pretty accurate. Western are a good team. West Coast are at home and better at home. But still, 15, it's not a lot and it is a lot. It's kind of tough. If I had to take it, I would take West Coast. And you guys know, I'm not a homer. But if I had to, I'm telling you, their home field, like, you'd be surprised in this league. Home field means a lot in this league. Like, they're a completely different team at home. They just beat the shit out of you. Like, they fucking, West Coast, look at the West Coast Eagles. They're in Perth, and they're a sunny team. They're West Coast. It's the West Coast of Australia. And think of them like sort of like the old Rams or something. They're like the Chargers. You know what I mean? They're like a passing team. Even though there's no running and passing in Aussie football, but they're a finesse offensive team. Like some of these AFL teams, they're grinders and they'll fucking hit you hard and they cause fumbles and they fucking get loose balls. They fucking run through tackles. West Coast aren't like a rough tumble group. They're sort of a finesse team. You know, that's sort of the, they're a high, normally they're a high octane offense, finesse type team that's really good at home and they struggle on the road. But they're not scoring as much this year. The West Coast are a good team. This is a tough one. It's really tough. Like, fuck, with the points, it's really fucking tough. Like, I'm telling you. I think that the under is a little low. Neither of these teams score as much as they used to, but the under is a little low at 167.5. Like, to put in context here, Hawthorn and Brisbane's 198.5. St. Kilda and Carlton 181.5. Great Western Sydney, Collingwood 181.5. Like, those are shit teams too. Essendon and Geelong 188.5. Adelaide and Melbourne 207.5. And then you got West Coast and Western 167.5. It's too low. And I've cashed a couple overs with West Coast recently because, like I said, West Coast used to be a high-scoring team with totals in the high 190s. Now they have these totals in the 170s, low 180s. Now tonight 167. It's too low to me. And I don't like laying minus 209 on the money line, but I think West Coast's not losing the game. West Coast are going to win the game. They probably cover. I'm going to play the money line minus 209, and I'm going to play the over 167.5. So that's my play. I think they cover, but I'm going to play the money line, and I think it goes over. And tune in tomorrow, Mick and Mick Sr. I'll tell you what, guys. Mick is a lot of things, but his picks have been good. He talks with his father. He talks with his father, and his father loves this shit too. So Mick's on top of the injuries, and Mick is good at this. So even Tony Sincata gave him a shout out today. Tony Sincata's enjoying it and betting this shit. We're giving winners too. Out of 8 weeks, man. We've won 6 of the 8 weeks. So tune in tomorrow. Morency Unfiltered will have the video up. I appreciate all the support, guys. We're going to lower the price next month, make it more affordable. Hopefully we can, there'll be no kinks in the future, but life is full of kinks. Life is full of kinks. Tomorrow, busy day. Saturday night, Sports Rage Premium. The first 2 Saturdays have been epic. And I don't see why this Saturday won't be. It will be on live during the hockey game and the UFC. So the evolution of the Rage-olution continues, guys. Thanks for the support. Thanks for tuning in. And, oh yeah, what I'm going to do, too, I'm going to redo the front page of Patreon. I'm going to put the show schedule up so it's not confusing. And I'm going to put, if in doubt, click link in chat type shit, all right? All right. Other than that, you're on your own. Later.